We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on May 30th. We've got all the teams today playing in Major League Baseball, and we've got our 5 best bets again for these 15 games. Now, before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets. Later today, we're going to have our Game 6 predictions for the Eastern Conference Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks, so make sure to join us for that on the channel again about 5 p.m. Pacific-ish here on the channel for that. And this week on Greedo Plays MMA, our UFC Fight Night, Blanchfield versus Barber full card predictions. Go make sure to check that out. Again, link in the description down below, and go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA if you have not yet. Okay, we got you covered all throughout the day here with the MLB. Our first game's at 11:20 a.m. and we have a best bet for that. So let's go right to it. Cubs versus Reds. I'm taking Reds money line on the road in Chicago. Now, the last time we took the Reds, it didn't quite go our way. We haven't really hit on Reds bets recently, okay? And hey, yesterday we finally turned things around with the curse of the Seattle Mariners. Not going 0-8 picking Mariners games this year. We're now 1-7. Go Nats. We'll get to that later in the video. Regardless, though, we're taking Reds money line here on the road in Chicago. So the last time we had the Reds was their 3-2 loss with Hunter Green on the bump in Kansas City. And then we had Royals money line, the first game of that series, where Michael Lorenzen took the mound for Kansas City. And ultimately that game didn't go our way either. So we're looking for a bounce back here with the Cincinnati Reds. They just traded Alexis Diaz over to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Diaz was relegated to AAA and he just wasn't pitching well as a whole this season. So knowing the Dodgers, they're going to turn him around and he's going to be great, like Michael Kopech, right? Kopech was just kind of a mid guy for the White Sox, comes to Los Angeles, and now he is a hero in their bullpen in their World Series run, right? That's just how things work. Anyways, the Reds face the Chicago Cubs here, early start. The main reason I like this is the pitching matchup, if I'm being honest with you. I like Andrew Abbott a lot against Chicago. Abbott, the lefty from Lynchburg, Virginia, 25 years of age with a 1.77 ERA in the season. His metrics might not be the best, and he doesn't go deep into games, and he doesn't throw the hardest. But again, the numbers speak for themselves. Abbott finds ways to get outs, and if he can give us 6 innings, and I know usually his max is 5, he will go 6 sometimes, but usually, again, you're going to see a 5-inning night out of Andrew Abbott. If we can get 6 full innings, I would be really happy with that. Because the thing is, yeah, Abbott doesn't go deep in games, but look at every start he's made so far in the month of May. He hasn't had a game where he's given up more than 1 run in any start so far this month. His ERA in the month of May is 0.7. It's insane. Andrew Abbott's been pitching his ass off so far, and Cincinnati wins almost every single game in which he pitches. They are 7-2 this year, and Andrew Abbott starts. So again, his pitching record might be 4-0, but again, that doesn't mean anything in baseball, right? Abbott's been really good for Cincinnati, and we look at this Chicago Cubs team with a lot of lefties in the lineup at times, or a lot of their good bats are lefties. And another thing, guys, Chicago just barely got by in that Rockies series. Yeah, they won every single game, and they've sent the Rockies now to 9 wins and 47 losses, but they win the first game 3-1, they win the second game 4-3, and they win the third game 2-1. I mean, you barely got by against the Colorado Rockies. And sure, you win the game, and you win those games, but Abbott against a lineup that's going to be featuring 2 really good lefties in Kyle Tucker and Pete Crow Armstrong, and I think the conversation needs to be had about PCA. I have been pumping up PCA all year long, but now I think it's time to pump the brakes. PCA is being talked about in MVP talks. Okay, James Wood should be talked about in most valuable player talks. Pete Crow Armstrong, for as good as he has been, guys, there's going to be regression real soon. Just look at his Baseball Savant page. Like, I feel like it's going, his expected batting average right now, I think, is like 250, and he's batting 275. So again, shout out to PCA. He's playing really good ball. He's a plus outfielder as well. He's fielding wise. I would expect him to kind of cool off soon, though. That's kind of where I'm at with Pete Crow Armstrong. But again, lefty matchups here for Andrew Abbott against both Kyle Tucker and PCA. We're going to take that. Those are 2 of arguably the best hitters on Chicago. Maybe Seiya Suzuki you can sneak in there as well. But I like the matchup there for Abbott. Chicago's offense has kind of been stagnant the last couple games against a bad Colorado Rockies pitching staff. And again, they got by 2 runs and 1 run and 1 run in the 3 games they played against Colorado. So you look at Cincinnati, who I understand just lost their last game to the Kansas City Royals. But this is a team, if they can get going, they've got bats, right? Ellie De La Cruz with a huge hit streak right now. I think extra base. extra base streak, or at least base knock streak. He's been excellent. TJ Friedel's been good all year, batting over 300 right now. Tyler Stevenson, slowly but surely getting that average up. He's batting 243. That guy is on fire right now. There's a lot of good hitters on the Cincinnati team. They just couldn't find a way to, find that victory at the end of the game against Kansas City on Wednesday night. But I think there's still a decent squad. Colin Rie gets the start tonight for Chicago. Again, another guy who's not going to go deep into a game. He's like Abbott. He's probably not going to go more than 5 innings. But you look at what Colin Rie has done recently, he gives up some big starts, or at least big runs in his starts. Look at his last one against the Reds on May 24th. In 5 innings, he gave up 7 hits and 6 runs, and now he's got to face Cincinnati again. Yeah, give me the Reds in the spot. He did strike out 8 Reds in that appearance, but I don't care. I think Cincinnati's more than fine in this one. I'm taking the Reds to go on the road in Chicago and win. I like Abbott on the bump, and I like Rie on the bump as well for Chicago. The Reds hit well against them, so I like the matchup as a whole. Give me Cincinnati money line here at Wrigley Field at plus 145. Let's go on to our second best bet of the video. It is going to be our best player prop of the day. And normally we don't take player props with odds this bad, I'll say. Usually we're looking at the total bases. We're looking at the minus 105s of the world, or at least into plus money. But today we are going to minus 135 here for Ronald Acuna Jr. for the over 1.5 total bases here. As the Braves are back at home taking on the Boston Red Sox, and their starting pitcher tonight, Lucas Giolito. So this is a combination of things, right? It's Lucas Giolito pitching for the Red Sox, it's Acuna, and it's the past history of Ronald Acuna Jr. and Lucas Giolito. It's only 5 at-bats, but still, Acuna's 2 for 5 in those 5 at-bats with a home run and a double, and I believe 4 or 3 RBI. I'm going to take that. I'm going to take that for Ronald Acuna Jr. On top of that, again, you look at this as, okay, Giolito's pitching. This is a guy with a 5.27 ERA on the season. His last start, by far his best start against those lowly Baltimore Orioles. He went 7 innings, 6 hits, 0 runs. But look at the starts he's had prior to that. Last time against the Braves without Acuna, Giolito goes 4 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs, and somehow a game that the Braves actually lost. Boston won that game 7-6. Look at his Giolito start against the Texas Rangers. 3 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. Okay, Acuna's going to get a lot of opportunities, and he's facing a pitcher who, let's just be honest, is not that great right now. Giolito, I think he's seen his best days. I understand he's only 30 years of age. I feel like Giolito's been better, though, okay? And actually, I know Giolito's been better. Hell, look at his days back in Chicago with the White Sox. Now, for Ronald Acuna Jr., this is a guy who's been absolutely on fire since his return from injury, obviously. He's only played a handful of games, I believe 6 of them so far. He's gotten a hit in every single game he's played so far in his return, other than the second game of the back-to-back yesterday against the Philadelphia Phillies, in a game in which the Braves ended up winning 9-3. A surprising result, by the way. Hey, our Nerfy hit, just saying. But I thought the Phils were actually going to win that game. Regardless, Atlanta stomped on Zach Wheeler, winning the game 9-3. But it was without the help of Ronald Acuna, who went 0-4 in that game. But in every other game this season Acuna has played, he has gotten on base at will, and he has gotten this line, except for, I believe, 1 or 2. So Acuna's hitting at about a 65-ish% rate so far in the year with over 1.5 total bases. You combine that with the fact, okay, Lucas Giolito, again, not a plus pitcher for Boston right now. He's a guy who's going to leave it over the center of the plate. He's going to he's going to give up a lot of hits because of what he's dealing right now. And Acuna, I know a bad second game against Philadelphia, but the first game he played yesterday in the first half of the back-to-back, a game that actually Acuna wasn't even scheduled to play in. He ends up pinch hitting for Stuart Fairchild, who got injured in, I believe, the second inning of that game. Acuna comes in the 7th spot, delivers a couple huge at-bats in that game, 2 for 2 in that one with a double and an RBI, which ended up tying the game at that point in time, or at least I think they got him within 1. Obviously, again, the Braves blew it against Philadelphia in the top of the 9th. Marchand had a big home run early, then he had the RBI walk. Regardless, and Romano found a way to close it out in the first game as well with the bases loaded. Again, I'm not complaining. We had Phil's money line in the first game. But anyways, right, Acuna has been by far the best guy in this Braves lineup. The injury doesn't really seem to be impacting him so far, at least the time away. We saw how he dominated over in AAA as well. It has translated to the major leagues as well. Again, batting .318 on the season with 2 home runs and 4 RBI. And again, that's just over, I believe, 6 games. I think Acuna is going to be fine. Again, we looked at the matchup prior to tonight between him and Giolito, batting .400 against Giolito with 2 extra base hits. I feel like this is more than fine. Yeah, Atlanta's at home, so it doesn't guarantee 9 total innings of Braves at bats. But what I will say about this is with Giolito on the mound and with the way the Braves hit against Giolito the last time, it should create for at least, I think, 5 at bats for Acuna tonight. I'm so serious. I feel like the Braves should win this game fairly easily. Again, doesn't apply for this best bet, but it's a game on Apple TV, and the Braves are a minus 165 favorite, right? So Vegas expects the Braves to win. Acuna should be able to go to the plate multiple times or more than usual tonight, and I am expecting the Atlanta Braves to win. And I do think Ronald Acuna at the same time will be a part of that victory. Over 1.5 total bases here for Ronald Acuna Jr. at minus 135. Go get it done here at home against Lucas Giolito and the Boston Red Sox. Let's go on to our third best bet of the video. We go now to our daily Nerfie of the day. Again, still on fire with the Nerfies. Yesterday, another hit for us with Zach Wheeler and Chris Sale. Today, we're going to Mitch Keller and Nick Pivetta here at Petco Park in San Diego, California. It's a game that the Padres are a huge favorite in, minus 200. That's okay. I'm still taking the Nerfie here. I understand the Padres just played some pretty high-scoring affairs against the Miami Marlins. The first game definitely wasn't, but the second two, crazy games. The Padres won the second game of that 3-game set 8-6, and then the third game was wild, back-and-forth affair that the Marlins ended up winning 10-8. But I'm expecting some regression, at least runs-wise, tonight, and I think we've got 2 pretty solid pitchers going for us. For the Pittsburgh Pirates, it's going to be Mitch Keller, the righty out of Cedar Rapids, Iowa, with a 3.66 ERA on the season that hasn't resulted in wins because the Pirates are poverty. And again, that's a big reason to why we have this bet. But Keller, again, pitching records don't matter. He's 1-6 with a 3.66 ERA. Exactly, it doesn't make sense. But I look at this and say, okay, I think Mitch Keller can get by San Diego's top of their lineup. Fernando Tatis is great. I understand that. But Mitch Keller, again, is not horrible. Righty-righty matchup, I'll take that. Luis Arraez, not a home run threat. If he gets on base, it's going to be a single likely. Okay, I'm willing to take my chances there. Arraez, I understand, is a great hitter. He's batting 390. 290. 390 would be nuts. Manny Machado, again, righty-righty matchup for Mitch Keller. I'm willing to take my chances there. Machado's coming off a 1-for-5 day. And then Jackson Merrill, sure, righty-lefty, and Merrill's been on fire this year too. But again, I say this all the time with Nerfies, right? I can talk about matchups as much as I want. I can say, oh, Mitch Keller matches up well with Tatis, doesn't match up well with Merrill. I can say that all I want. At the end of the day, guys, and I always break this down with Nerfies, and this is why I think Nerfies are kind of easy to hit as long as you pick the right spots and you pick the right pitchers, and you really just the pitchers in the ballpark, I feel like, are the most important with this. Because ultimately, you can take the best hitters in the sport, right? Jackson Merrill, I'll use Manny Machado. Manny Machado is having a really good year, okay? He's batting 313. His OBP is 382. That's excellent, right? Mitch Keller is an above average pitcher in the MLB. His ERA is 3.66. Manny Machado's OBP is 382. Manny Machado can go up to the plate 1,000 times. He's only going to get on base 382 times. I'm going to take my chances with a pitcher who's actually above league average in Mitch Keller, and I'd expect him to win a matchup just one time in the first inning. Okay? That's the hard part. I understand the Pittsburgh Pirates had a pile on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the last 2 games in that series. Offensively, it was an avalanche of runs that they scored in Phoenix, Arizona. Second game in Arizona, they scored 9. Third game, they scored 10. Not going to talk about the first game where they laid a goose egg on the board, but the Pirates looked really good in the final 2 games in Arizona, and it's given me a lot of confidence that the Nats can go into Arizona and be successful as well. We'll get to that later in the video. Anyways, still don't trust this team in the first inning. Sure as hell don't, okay? For as well as the Pirates looked in those last 2 games against Arizona, and you credit that to the Diamondbacks pitching staff being poverty, which it definitely is. Their starting pitching isn't horrible. Their bullpen is the worst in the MLB. I'm not even joking. I think technically it's the Angels and the Nationals, but I believe the Diamondbacks have the 3rd worst pen in the MLB right now. It is god-awful. They give up a million runs, and they give up a million hits. Anyways, Nick Pivetta has been good this season, 2.72 ERA on the year. He is coming off a start where he went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run against the Atlanta Braves. Mariners start, 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 run as well. Pivetta's been good this season, and he did struggle a little bit against the Yankees and against the Giants and even the Rockies at Coors Field in Colorado as well. But his last 2 starts showed, okay, yes, Pivetta is still very solid, and he can give you big production off the mound or on the mound for San Diego. And I look at the matchups that he's going to have, right? O'Neal Cruz, Andrew McCutchen, Brian Reynolds. I don't know if that Arizona series was a breakthrough for A, the Pirates, and B, Brian Reynolds, because it did feel like Reynolds was very involved in that series, had a bunch of RBI. Same with O'Neal Cruz, obviously, who's hitting the ball really well right now. His average is still 230. But I'm willing to take my chances in San Diego, again, as long as we don't get any, Mickey Mouse home runs into left field, which we probably won't see with O'Neal Cruz and Brian Reynolds. Let's just be honest. Unless it's an opposite field shot, they're going to be hitting, obviously, from the left side of the plate with the righty and Pivetta on the bump. I'm okay with this. I really am. Pivetta's been good this season, and he has looked much better in his last 2 starts than he did against Colorado in New York, in the Bronx, and in elevation at Coors Field. And Mitch Keller, again, this is going to be the risk we take, obviously, but I'm willing to take that risk. Again, righty-righty with Tatis Machado. We're just going to need to pray for some luck with Luis Ariz and Jackson Merrill. So, minus 125 feels good for this. I really think so. Again, we've been great with the Nerfies all year long. We're going to continue to look for the same here tonight. Mitch Keller, Nick Pivetta with the San Diego Padres and the Pittsburgh Pirates at Petco Park. Go get it done. Get us 6 outs, minus 125 here again in San Diego, California. We go on now to our 4th best bet of the video, and it is our Washington Nationals best bet of the video. It is our Nationals play of the day, and it is Nationals plus 1.5 here on the road in Arizona. I believe the Diamondbacks are getting too much respect from Vegas right now. I actually believe this. Why are the Snakes minus 210 at home? I'm just going to be honest. Why? I understand this is an explosive lineup. That's great. Guys, the Diamondbacks have lost 7 of their last 8 games, with their only win being a 5-0 shutout on Memorial Day to the Pittsburgh Pirates. Why are they favored to win this? And I'm not even going to play the money line tonight. I just need the Nationals to play a close game. And obviously, for my sake and my well-being, I hope the Nationals win for late night Nats, obviously here on the West Coast. But yeah, why is Arizona getting this respect? I don't know. Okay, they will be pitching tonight. Merrill Kelly. I understand Kelly's been good this season, 3.52 ERA, but his last start was not good against the St. Louis Cardinals. He goes 6 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs. He's a big strikeout guy. That game he pitched against the Colorado Rockies, 7 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs, 11 strikeouts. Giant start, 7 innings, 8 hits, 1 run, 8 Ks. That's great, but I'm not sold. And the way the Nats are hitting right now, I understand it was kind of a struggle bus for 9 innings, but that 10th inning was something last night against the Mariners. I'll get to that in a second. Jake Irvin is the 2nd best pitcher on the staff right now, only obviously behind Mackenzie Gore. 3.42 ERA in the season for Jake Irvin, and look at his last start against the Giants. You thought Merrill Kelly had a good start against San Francisco? Well, Jake Irvin went 8 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs against San Francisco. Yeah, that'll do. I talked about his turnaround earlier in the year. It was when he gave up 4 runs in the first inning against the Dodgers and did not look back. Jake Irvin's been excellent since that point. Had a tough start in Philadelphia, I'll say, sure. But the ERA's down 3.42. Jake Irvin's doing a very good job. 26th in WHIP in all of Major League Baseball right now. Yeah, that'll play. Now, I said yesterday that the Nats-Mariners game was the best game the Nats have played all year long in 2025. But yesterday, the 10th inning, the top of the 10th for the Nationals, was the best inning they have played all year long. 7 runs for the Washington Nationals off of the Seattle Mariners. You couldn't have asked for a better extra innings for this baseball team. Dalen Lyle gets it going with the sacrifice fly. CJ Abrams doubles. Luis Garcia doubles with the bases loaded. And my goodness, the hottest hitter in baseball right now, Josh Bell. I'm not joking. Guys, if Josh Bell continues to hit like this, don't let him get hot. If he hits like this, guys, we're going to the playoffs. Our designated hitter has come through. Josh Bell batting 173 on the year, but over the last 7 games, he's batting 233. I will take that out of my damn book club leader, Josh Bell. I'm so pumped. Josh Bell has finally figured it out, man. I mean, that home run he hit in the top of the 10th, moonshot. And guys, multiple hits yesterday, back-to-back games with multiple hits for Josh Bell. And hell, even his at-bat against Andres Munoz, nobody hits that guy. Bell stings the ball into center field. It just got caught by Julio Rodriguez. Josh Bell is back. I mean, he's encouraged me, the Josh Bell Book Club. I'm reading a book now because I'm so pumped for the Josh Bell Book Club. I mean, we needed this, and I'm so happy for the guy, man. Like, legitimately, I'm such a big Josh Bell fan. It was killing me to watch the guy struggle so much. but just his approach at the plate. He looks confident at the plate now. He's swinging at good pitches. He's working big counts as well. Guys, if we can get this out of Josh Bell, he's got 8 home runs on the year. Oh my goodness. It's crazy stuff. I'm so ecstatic right now for Josh Bell. And now he gets to return he gets to return to his former team last year in the Arizona Diamondbacks here at Chase Field. I'm serious. Don't let Josh Bell get hot. He's always been a slow starter. And finally, at the end of May, he has gotten it going. Back-to-back nights with home runs for Josh Bell, and back-to-back multiple hit nights for Josh Bell as well. The guy's on fire. So you combine that with the fact that Luis Garcia's hitting the ball extremely well right now. Luis Garcia with 4 hits yesterday. Tried to pimp a home run and it ended up staying in the park in extra innings, but it's okay. Don't need to talk about that. The Nats, it feels like it's coming together, man. We're only 4 games under. All I'm asking is that they can win this series against the Diamondbacks. They win the Cubs series, and we have a chance to get back to 500 for that Rangers series back in DC against Patrick Corbin, right? I think we're slowly but surely getting there. And this is an Arizona team right now that's ice cold. I don't care. Their lineup's great, sure. They're ice cold right now, man. They are completely ice cold. Corbin Carroll's average is down to 260. Lourdes Gurriel back down to 245. Suarez 225. And the Nats have already won early in the season against Arizona. They won 2 of 3 back in DC. I like this spot a lot. We don't even need them to win this game. We're taking plus 1.5 for the Nationals. I think the money line's playable as well, but this feels like a great spot for DC. We get Jake Irvin in the bump. Merrill Kelly, sure, he's been good, but look at that last start against St. Louis. I'm gonna take my chances here with the Washington Nationals. Plus 1.5 here on the road at Chase Field. Let's go into our final best bet of the video. The second half of the doubleheader on Apple TV. Great. The Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the New York Yankees. The World Series rematch, we are siding with the New York Yankees. I feel like this is kind of easy. I'm not going to lie. I don't care the Dodgers have a great lineup. I don't care that on paper it is better than the New York Yankees. Like, the Yankees have a bunch of guys who are having great seasons. Paul Goldschmidt has come, I don't know if I want to say out of nowhere. It just feels like that's just what happens when guys go to the Bronx at the end of their career. But Trent Grisham, by the way, has been performing as well. But obviously, Aaron Judge is what makes this lineup right now. Judge is batting .390, his OBP's .488. It's insane. His slug's .739. That's absolutely insane. And the New York Yankees are playing great baseball right now. The Yanks sweeping that series in Anaheim against the Angels. They've now won 5 straight. They have won 9 out their last 10, with their only loss being that first game at Coors Field against the Colorado Rockies, in which they lost 3-2. And another big reason why we're taking the Yankees tonight is because of their pitcher in Max Fried. I've said it before, I don't think Fried is AL Cy Young material. I think he's been great. He's obviously an all-star. ERA's down to 1.29, 7-0 record this season. The Yankees, simply put, don't lose games in which Max Fried starts in. However, I don't think he's going to keep this up throughout the entire season, and I think Tarek Skubal's better. Garrett Crochet, whatever. I think Skuball's much better. I think Skuball's on track to win his 2nd straight American League Cy Young Award. Not to discredit Fried at all. I'm just telling you again, I don't think he's as dominant as Skubal is. Just strikeouts wise. Again, Fried's still really great, but I mean, he's tied for 21st in all baseball right now with strikeouts. By the way, shout out to Mackenzie Gore. 101 strikeouts in the season, leads the MLB. That's all I'm saying. Mackenzie Gore. Anyways, I think Fried's going to dominate this Dodgers lineup tonight. I think he's going to. I firmly believe that, guys. Dodgers lineup, it's weird right now. Like, they're good. They're a good baseball team. They're 12 games over. Their bullpen is still bad. It just is. Like, look how much Tanner Scott's struggling right now. 4.62 ERA. They don't have, like, one guy that they can just go to in the bullpen. I guess that's Evan Phillips at times. But, like, it's just not, I don't know. They're not a team that's really blowing you away. Phillips is out, obviously, but I mean, now he's out. He's on 60-day IL. Ooh, that's brutal. That's brutal. Yeah, they don't have a guy. I didn't know he's going on the 60-day IL. Yeah, the Dodgers bullpen's just kind of right now. So, like, their starting rotation's okay. I mean, they're still starting Clayton Kershaw. I don't think Kershaw has a long-term future, obviously, in this team. And when I mean long-term, I mean this season. I don't know what the future is for him. And tonight, the Dodgers are starting Tony Gonsolin. All right. Against the best lineup in baseball. Second best, maybe? I don't know. Again, side by side, yeah, the Dodgers lineup is probably better. It just is, right? Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Smith, Hernandez, right? 5 great guys. And sure, I can name the Yankees' top 5 hitters as well. Paul Goldschmidt, Trent Grisham, Cody Bellinger, Aaron Judge, obviously, and I guess, Who's even the fifth? I'm so serious. Who's the fifth best hitter in this lineup? Because the thing is with the Jason Dominguez. Even though he's batting 240, it's just like the thing about the Yankees lineup is, yeah, right. Goldschmidt, Grisham, Judge, Bellinger, they're great. The bottom of the lineup is just like, all right, someone's got to come through. Dominguez got to come through. Volpe got to come through like he did with that bases loaded double against the Angels on Monday night, right? Jorbit Vivas has got to come through. Ben Rice, Peraza, right? Like these guys with, and I don't think it's fair to group Ben Rice in with those guys, but like someone, and honestly Volpe and Dominguez too, but like they are kind of in the same boat though, right? Like someone every night kind of has to come through for the Yankees because there's only so much the top of the lineup can do, and there's only so much Aaron Judge can do as well, right? That being said though, they are going to be given a lot of opportunity tonight because of the pitching matchup. Tony Gosselin and Max Fried. Okay, Tony Gosselin's going to give up runs. I guarantee it. Against a really good lineup. Gosselin with an ERA of 4.68. His last start against the New York Mets, right, on Saturday night. 5 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. That's against the Mets. Another team that's very top-heavy, sure, with Pete Alonso and Francisco Lindor. And then some guy they're paying $700 million to $230. But look at Gosselin's start before the Mets. Against the Angels, 4 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 5 walks. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think this game really favors New York personally. I just think it does. Again, Max Fried, lefty with guys like Freddie Freeman, with a guy like Shohei Ohtani. Will Smith has always hit right-handed pitching better than he has left-handed pitching. Same with Tommy Edman, I believe. Right? You know, we're probably not going to even see Max Muncy starting, which I don't think really means much. Yeah, I just think this favors the Yankees a lot tonight. This is going to be a dogfight every game of the series, right? They get Sunday Night Baseball on Sunday. I assume they're probably on Fox on Saturday night. Yep, they're on Fox tomorrow. Ooh, Will Warren land a knack? Ooh. If we get good odds on that, we're taking the Yankees again, right? Just I feel like the Yankees right now are in such a better position than the Dodgers. And sure, that does... You have to look at the injuries for Los Angeles. I completely understand that with their rotation, but the Yankees right now feel like they're hitting the ball better. Hell, even like I saw Yarbrough the other day pitch a gem for the Yanks against the Angels, right? This team's kind of just coming together, and on top of that, tonight we get their best pitcher and their ace with an ERA of 1.29, the best in all of baseball, Max Fried pitching at home, by the way. He's back in Los Angeles. He's from Santa Monica. Yeah, I'm okay with this. New York Yankees money line on the road here in Los Angeles. We'll take it. Sign me up, -130 for the Bronx Bombers. Folks, thank you all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for May 30th. If you haven't yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank you.